Hey, Pharoah, just send a shout out to my channel for me, bro.
Come on, what's your channel?
Black Messiah TV.
All right. Shout out to Black Messiah TV. If you don't know, now you know. Go get with my brother. Build with my brother and buy with my brother. This is Young Pharoah the guy. I'm out. Peace. Here you go. All right.
Appreciate you, man.
All right. You good?
Of course, the science behind such technology is serious, but they're only a symptom of another problem.
If you're going to war, you should at least have the sense to side with the winners.
What comes down must come up. I don't give a fuck. My time is struck. You don't know me now. Press your luck. Leave abrupt. You bankrupt.
Power was in your own blood. The sun above your head is Amen, Ra, and Amen. The black sun lights it, so that's why you say Amen. Flat earth plane. You know, everything is set up this way for a reason. And let me just start off by saying, I'm sorry, I don't mean to be flipping people out with my attitude, but I see stuff and we're going through with this, man. You know, I have to stand here like I am because nobody will. And, you know, they say many will come in the name of Jesus, and that's like a dead giveaway that, you know, nobody's coming in the name of the Prince of Darkness, Satan himself, taking over the fucking world. You know what I mean? It's that we're standing on like the Bible here. Everybody swears in the Bible. You know, it's Corinthians 4:4. What's the chance of that? 144,000 people we're bringing together. You know, this is like biblical stuff. So I love you, man. I don't mean to flip you out.
Right. And I love you too, brother. I want to say I want to hold that point because I want to build on that fact about how you speak of coming in the name of Satan, because there's a question by one of the Blood Over Intent University students that was going to ask you about that. So I'm just making a little note here so we could touch on that, because I think it's very important that people understand the origin of Satan. Because when we get the deciphering of that code, it always comes through Christianity. And that's a very limited perspective when you go back to the African origins and traditions of what the horned god is, or the polymorphism of that identity. Trying to pronounce my words. Okay, man, hold on. Let me start at the beginning. I like to start this session off in a proper positive energy in the name of Yahweh. In Ana'ama Ofa Yahweh, Yahweh. And I want to start with the creed of I intend to bring heaven on earth. I intend to love all and exclude none. Amen. Now, I think it's important also for people, outsiders and insiders, to understand that families have quarrels. But at the end of the day, we all must unify and stick together. And regardless of what people may perceive on the outside, they don't know the true struggle and the love that we have as brothers in the Blood Over Intent community. I think it's also important to note that in any leadership positions, everyone is going to be open to honest criticism. And that's what makes us better. And we have to be humble and we have to be open to that so that we can lead in the proper righteousness to guide everyone into heaven on earth. Would you agree, brother?
We're getting this. There's no way to stop this train.
Excellent.
We're going forward with this. It's like people can't see it, but the blood is what writes the future. It's when you publish it to this ether that somehow other people see it, and what happens, every thought they have, you just watch one of my videos and now you're forced, every thought you have is a spider web weaving reality. And then I published another video and I got millions of witnesses that even though their blood may not be up beside ours, in their brain they're going to be forced to face this knowledge. And over 360 degrees, you're going to be forced to come to the realization that this is real. I've come all the way full circle now, and
right.
I know nobody can stop us because it's just a matter of us publishing videos from the comfort of home. There's nothing illegal about that.
Right. Now I want to it's so much that me and you can build on, because whether you know it or not, we are deeply entrenched in value as far as hereditary and spiritual origin. Now, I just want to touch on a couple of things real quick. I want to go back to April 7th with you real quick, and this is a private matter. Now, I sent you an email on April 7th that said, no matter what, don't you ever forget that I love you, blood brother. Now, when I sent that to you, I was doing it because I do believe in being the bigger person in all situations. And with so much at stake, I want to make sure that you understand that we are unified at the end of the day. Because all we have is each other. We have all these people judging us. You know, we have all these people judging us. And that's simply because of the element of the blood that they're doing that. Right?
Right.
To keep everything secret. They want to keep everything secret. And intuitively, they don't even know why they're doing it. But the remark that I got back from you, I want to touch on this because I think that it's very important moving forward that we have an understanding as man to man. The first thing you said was funny stuff. Then you said you can't because you're a zombie. Then you said, yo, if you're going to play Judah role, then play it for heaven's sake. And I think you meant Judas.
Judas agrees to betray Jesus. Now the festival of unleavened bread, called the Passover, was approaching, too, and the chief priests and the teachers of the law were looking for some way to get rid of Jesus, for they were afraid of the people. Then Satan entered Judas, called Iscariot, one of the 12. And Judas went to the chief priests and the officers of the temple guard and discussed with them how he might betray Jesus. I repeat. Then Satan entered Judas, I repeat. Then Satan entered Judas, called Iscariot, one of the 12. If Satan entered Judas to betray Jesus, then how can the black Christ betray Satan? He can't. The black Messiah is the Christ, figure of this blood over intense saga.
Because
Yeah, I
Judah...
was just trying to let him in your butt. Keep you motivated and fired up. And
Wait, let me just say this real quick, because I want to...
Hold on, let me just say this.
I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this, because I want to just... Yeah, I'm not, because we got way more important things to talk about, but I just think that moving forward, we need to have an understanding. Judah is actually a positive comment, but...
Tribe of Judah are the so-called African Americans. Curses mentioned in Deuteronomy 28 matches the Africans Americans today. So-called African Americans are actually Hebrews, God-chosen people of the Bible.
Judas, okay, now I understand what you meant. You friggin' retard, pitiful as you. Make hate vids, PC, which I think is a piece of shit.
I remember.
Legal dead zombie fuck. Now let me just say this, and I'm gonna get off of this, because like I said, this is private right here. But I noticed that, you know, that you showed your arrest records on record.
The fall songs when the singer sings them, still they are caroled and said.
And I don't know why. Why did you do that actually? Because
somebody else, right after I did J Dreams, I noticed somebody looked up my arrest record. So
are you serious?
He had like 4 views on his video.
Wow.
And what I did is I put it on my channel and got 3,500 views on the video because I've chopped that shit off right there. I'm not holding anything back.
Right.
So I gotta
like you said. What is your famous quote? Only Satan. Only the devil hides his true intent. So I looked at that as a disclosure.
Lucifer. Hold on. The devil, Satan, and Lucifer are 3 different things. The devil is the one who has your soul in the Vatican. Satan would be me, and Lucifer is the goddess of the earth that I was married to. In other words, my wife married me to the goddess of the earth. I got the Holy Spirit through the blood over intent and all these things that we did, and now I can see through the goddess's eyes, and she's guiding me all the way. That earth spirit you guys call Lucifer.
Right.
That is not the devil. The devil is the one who took your soul print off your foot. That's the one in the Vatican. It's called, like the Pope, And he stands like he says he's the vicar of Christ, but then he's going to tell you that you're on a spinning ball floating through space, and he'll baptize aliens, which are a lie. You know, he can't be the vicar of Christ. So when I published a video under the vicar of Christ, under Satan, under the Prince of Darkness, and I did it with my blood, I captured the eyes to see shit nobody can see, and I can see I have to stand here as Satan specifically because everybody swears on a Bible, and it says clearly in that Bible, this is Satan's world. And temporarily, that's because we're going to get the 144,000 together. We're going to get to our drink of water, come back here, bring heaven, and then we're going to get out of here and leave this place in good hands. So I know my time is short.
Let's hold it right there. Let me just say this really quick because I'm going to give you the floor. I looked at your disclosure as I thought it was intelligent, you know, because like you said, politically, someone can later throw that in your face. So that's how I looked at that. But I also noticed that you had a prior possession of meth on your record.
It's not meth. It was Adderall.
Oh, Adderall. Okay.
Yeah. Adderall.
So they probably hold on. I think they probably just put that in there as that because of the amphetamine aspect of it.
But you can see.
But the only reason why I'm asking you this is because I do have a question about one of the students about any drug. Is there any current drug use going on? Because when you sent me that reply, I mean, I was being humble, and I mean that was.
I only sent a reply to you because you published that video trying to make me look bad.
Okay, but I'm saying currently, is there any drug use or anything like that going on?
Do I look like I'm on drugs?
No, you don't. I'm just asking because the reply was very indicative of that type of behavior.
That video. Remember, you published a video when the cops broke on my home and murdered me and shit. And I filmed it all, and it was crazy.
Down the ground, down the ground, down the ground, down to your head.
So
well, actually, let me say this to you. As an African American, I'm very aware of police brutality.
He sustains more than 50 baton blows and shocks by a taser gun. The officer's actions are exposed. King has his evidence.
We, the jury, in the above entitled action, find the defendant not guilty.
And I put that up as a heartfelt sentiment out of concern for you.
Reason for concern. I am concerned for my brother, Quasiluminous. After posting a video where he was insanely disrespectfully ranting, I found it necessary to contact him in regards to this. He must understand that his words affect us all as a nation, as a blood over intent community.
For your reference and further viewing, the reason for concern video can be found at https://www.youtube.com/watch v=500ojgj0ka. This video was made by the Black Messiah and his staff out of sincere concern, and the evidence will reflect that fact. Remember, all of the Black Messiah's videos show and prove his points.
And if I was there with you, I probably would be dead right now because I would have fought for you. Okay, I take that very serious, especially with the Rodney King events. Oh, I'm gonna bring my screen back up.
You see, they came in my home blasting with machine guns at my fucking face.
Right.
I fucking scored.
Right.
I filmed the police beating up an old lady, and they attacked me and beat me down. And
right.
I survived by a miracle. I get home, and they beat on my door, and they say, "You better delete those videos. Right. We're gonna come and get you." And they fucking did it at high noon, blazing with machine guns.
Right.
They kept me for 14 days and tortured me. I got scars all over my freaking body. It's clear what's up. They did
that same thing with a guy who was recording reptilian videos and who was recording. He started to get helicopters over his house and stuff like that.
Okay, so here is the latest collection of helicopter and airplane harassment, psychological warfare known as gang stalking, which is done to me for the last 3 years because of my reptilian shapeshifter movie uploads. Here he comes. There he goes.
But what you're getting is a reaction from the system itself. And now that you're programming the system directly, I'm sure that you are seeing more of an ease, because they are under the control of Yahweh as well, the computer system reality that we live in. You follow what I'm saying? But I just want to clarify that.
Here's another thing I'd like to clarify for people. I've said in many videos that God, whatever name you want to attach to God, God is a name never to be spoken. You're here on behalf of your creator to do something very specific. I don't picture this. God, Yahweh, whatever. Every time you say that, now it's like a text message went to that being. And now there's billions of people sending these to, oh my God, you know what I mean? You don't know what your mission is here. It's as on earth as it is in heaven. And to bother your creator is like, it's like crazy. I know what I'm here to do. And, you know, I put up my blood and I've been forgiven for my sins. And now I can see it. We needed to make our blood sacrifice. All you need to do is a little prick of your finger, put a drop over your intended.
Let me just give you an overstanding really quick, because you are dealing with a computer system simulated reality, and you are programming it with your blood over intent. Those are computer programs that you're sending out there. At the end of the day, this thing is cyber.
Have you ever felt that we seem to inhabit a world, a universe that is very finely tuned to support our existence? Almost too finely tuned? I know you're going to find the next few minutes completely outrageous. I know there will be a few skeptics here in the audience. But with these 4 pieces of evidence, you just might find yourself believing what I'm about to tell you. That we may be living in a simulated universe, a computer-generated reality.
And you have touched on to something, even when you specify in your illustrations of the past, of the way out. And you actually wrote it out. One time I saw you actually write it out as Yahweh.
How you guys doing? Thanks for joining me. Take a look at something. You see on your vowels, I meant to cover this in the previous video. You got A, E, I, O, U. They're clearly telling you that's a clue. It's the pointing down is the way out. A, E, I, O, U.
The way out. And you were connecting.
Or that was in the vowels. In the vowels.
In the vowels, exactly.
You can see here, God at the top, the 4-face, 4-letter God in charge of your 4-letter DNA, the Holy of Holies.
So what I'm saying is that majority of the miscommunication that we have is because it's miscommunication. It's not clarification. And once we clarify, which means that in this English language, we just use different terms to identify things. But when we get down to the bottom of it, we're going to find out that we're all talking about the same thing, the same exact thing. Now,
the black hole with the green astral jet shooting out. That's Father, Son,
exactly,
Holy Spirit.
Exactly.
Infinite filled the earth's memory. Lucifer, the goddess of the earth. There's nothing evil about this.
Right.
It's
now,
like when I put my blood up in the earth, I like gave new life to this goddess. And some people think, oh, you look like you're possessed or something. Why? Because I have control of my situation. I know where we're going. I know where we came from. You know what I mean? If that scares you, good. We want to shake you to your core, because I need only 144,000 of us to come together. That's it. Only 144,000. There's billions out there. I can pull this off in a couple of years, no doubt.
Right. Now
we're well on our way. Are we not well on our way?
Yeah, we are on our way. We are. I will clarify. Confirm that we are on our way. Now, what I want to say to you concerning me and you personally, I have a role to play, and I am a man first and foremost. And I want to say this for you, and also giving reference to Matthew Love.
Hi, this is the voice of Matt Love.
And I haven't been able to make contact with Devin Magny.
I don't know, and neither do you.
He's beyond that one way out. The one way out is the one way out I've been talking about from the beginning.
Regardless, I've sent requests and things like that, but that's another story. But specifically with Matthew Love as well, because I get this from you guys with these tough emails, disrespectful emails, and then when I try to contact you, you know, no one wants to talk. And I respect you and I appreciate you coming to me man to man to deal with this. And I'm gonna move on from this. But like I said, that touched my heart, and I have to speak on this.
Hey, can I pause for a second and just tell you this? Forgive me, I love you.
I know, but let me say this too though, because as you know, when people wrong others, they do want to rush through it, but you have to give the other person time to heal as well. And I'm a fast healer, but the point I'm trying to make is that, you know, I wasn't raised like that, you know, and where I come from a very poverty-stricken community in my origins. And when we had situations like that, I'm gonna be honest with you, man, you know, we put on the gloves, go in the backyard, we handle it like men, then we come back in and we get back, you know, back down to loving each other, you know. But when I first read that, man, I thought to myself, like, dude, I'll beat your ass, man. You know, that shit is not cool, man. And I want to be very clear with you and anybody else in the community. You know, we're going to respect each other like men, and we're going to carry forth accordingly. Now, I have some questions, and I want to leave it at that, you know. But I have some questions that I want to get into, because what's really important about this whole ordeal...
We're getting out of here alive. No soul left behind.
Welcome to Blood Over Intent Nation. This is your blood brother, Black Messiah, where we leave no soul behind.
The Black Messiah created and copyrighted the slogan "We Leave No Soul Behind" in 2016, just for the record. Intellectual property and information will not be stolen, like what happened to the African ancestors. That's what Devin Magby tried to do with the Sausage Party dimensional portal description, and that's why the Blood Over Intent University's knowledge is kept secret. So if you email blackmessiahiaue@gmail.com and get no reply to your questions, it because you haven't joined the Blood Over Intent University.
I know I'm the Prince of Darkness bringing forth the end of days, and nobody has to like it. We do this for the benefit of all. I made my blood sacrifice. I've been forgiven for my sin. So it doesn't matter what name anybody calls me. I'm the one who's going to sit here every freaking day for you, making videos for the benefit of all, because we need to get out of here alive. We need to save our loved ones. And, you know, I don't mean to piss anybody off. If I get like I do, I'm just trying to light fires under people's asses.
Yeah, but back to the on topic though, man. I just wanted to give you a little background about me, so you could understand where I'm coming from and what I stand upon and my principles. You know, I don't tolerate racism, and I haven't encountered that, but I will call bullshit when I see it. And you gotta love me for that, because that honesty in me is what's gonna keep everybody on the level. You know, and it's just the truth, man. You know, we have to be held according to certain expectations as leaders. You know, and people are looking at that, and we do not need to reward negative behavior, because then we're just promoting more of it. And when we're talking about creating a heaven on earth, we have to understand that a hell on earth was made under certain conditions and under a certain people, and all of that is being reversed. You know, all of that is being reversed. And also, I have to give, when you mention Lucifer, let's be very clear. When you mention Lucifer and the feminine energy, we all come from Mother Africa, and we all come from a black vagina originally.
It's called the black hole sun, the mother goddess.
Right, but the physical manifestation of that is the black woman.
It's like Jesus, the black Jesus thing. It's
exactly,
one side of
the Madonna. Exactly.
Yeah.
So let's be very clear. You know, and the virus that made this hell on earth is the virus of white supremacy, and the stereotypes and the things like that that's going on. So we're clearing all of that up right now. Me and you having this conversation is fixing all of that. You know. Yeah, and that's very important to acknowledge. You know, now I have some questions here for you. Also, I just want to say this too. I got to say this because this was an insight that I was thinking about last night. The New World Order generated by the Mandela effect due to the blood over intent reality programming will restore the original people back to their rightful place. Now, I realized a long time ago that we are creating Mandela effects with our blood over intent. What is your insight on that?
Well, I've done some videos showing you that I don't agree with the way the Mandela effect is being pushed on people with logos and just little bullshit type stuff.
Right.
What I'm saying is this: that language is a virus. Every word we speak is a magic spell. The computer is the New World Order with the internet itself. We're all being tracked with our cell phones. We're all connected now. That is the New World Order. There was the time the old world order was no internet, and now we're all connected via the internet. And we're all being spied with cameras on both sides of our phones. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You're a cyborg. So the New World Order is everybody's a cyborg being tracked. It doesn't matter where you go. You're going to take your cell phone with you. They know where you are 24/7. When I say they, whoever wants to find you for whatever reason. So, you know, what I'm saying is that the New World Order is the internet itself. There's the world before the internet, and then there's the world after the internet. And that's what people are missing. So this internet, the New World Order, was placed here just for us to come together from all these different places over the internet and take over this world and reprogram the computer, because this internet is connected to somehow the astral web, the ether. And we know this because when I put my blood into it, look what's happened.
Right.
And that's freaking amazing.
So, have you been...
My intelligence doubles every day.
So have you been aware that as a result of your blood over intent programs, that you've been literally rewriting your future?
That's right. They say
right.
Your creator owns your blood. And it's a mythical, that's why they sacrifice all these children over this stuff that they do to keep us enslaved. And I made the connection, and then I started using my blood. And then it was shortly after that I realized how powerful this was. I went from literally retarded monkey floating in a ball through space to taking over the universe, whether anybody likes it or not.
Right,
so
feeling irrelevant.
Right. Powers the blood. Nobody has to like it. Until you figure this out, you know, you're like, this is the Philosopher's Stone. This is what everybody's searching for. All you have to do is write out, I intend to bring forth heaven. You got to keep it selfless. Selfless.
Right.
Selfless. When people say breaking agreements with false light beings, listen, we're uniting the dark and the light, the good and the bad, no soul left behind. So you got to stop breaking, people got to stop breaking things off into light and dark. Like, as far as I'm concerned, we're the same color. You chop my blood, we're going to bleed red. You know what I mean? Right. So as far as I'm concerned, it's not about religion, race, color. We all swear in the Bible. It doesn't matter if you're an atheist. You will be dragged into court at some point to be a witness or to something, and they're going to make you swear in the Bible. Raise your right hand. Everybody is made to raise their right hand, as you understand me?
Right.
As if their hands on the Bible. And if you get sworn into a public office, you will swear in the Bible. And it doesn't matter if you're an atheist or what religion. So it turns out everybody, listen, I remind people often, God is the name never to be said. To bother your creator means that you don't know what your mission is. You're here on behalf of your creator to do something, bring forth heaven and earth. Okay? I don't bother my creator. God this, God that, Yahweh this. All I do is I just know what my mission is. I'm here to get everybody eternal life. You know what I mean? Get us to the Holy Grail. I know that all I got to do is just keep making videos. I got millions of views. Those views are witnesses. Can I get a witness? Right. I got millions of witnesses now. And what's happened, all those witnesses, they hear stuff like, I'm Satan, the prince of darkness. And what happens is, at first it's flippy, it's a jokey, but they see all this knowledge starts weaving through in little spiders, and in 360 degrees, like what happened to me.
Let me just delve in there real quick with you.
Okay,
I want to clarify this again with you, that I think that you need to understand that we live in a computer simulated reality. And but let me just say this real quick. This reality, when we refer, see, you have to understand, as the Black Messiah, the ancestral lineage of the true Israelites, I'm not speaking from a religious context. When you hear these black Hebrews or these Jews in Israel, occupied Israel, they're not talking about what I'm talking about. Okay? I'm talking about reality itself is a computer-generated simulation, and the program, the operating system is called Yahweh. Just like the operating system for Windows, right? So what I'm telling you is that when you say you're not bothering the creator, every time you program, you are reprogramming the creator. You're reprogramming
my blood
the
is
system.
owned by the creator. My blood is owned by the creator.
Well, you know, I think that's the thing, right?
Already.
But I think that's the thing. The term. The first question I took note here from the email was from Evelyn. Okay. She asked a couple questions. This is the first one. She said, and I think this is because some of the rumors. She said, do you or have you ever worked for the government, military, or at any capacity?
Never have I ever worked for the government in any capacity. That's like ridiculous. And I know my intelligence is so beyond those people that are in the government that it goes beyond measure. Those people that work for the government have to be kept in that state of retardation. So like people say CIA, that's just pitiful. That's sub-intelligence shit.
Yeah.
You'd have to be a filthy retard to work for the CIA. Yeah. And I ain't no fucking filthy retard. Yeah. You cannot classify me with shit like that. I'm like... Yeah.
Have you ever written in Blood Over Intent that you were Satan, the Prince of Darkness? And I mean, you pretty much said that already. You did. But you did. But you did specify it. You specified it in your Blood Over Intent as in previous times. The second part of that question for you to explain is that when you are embodying those attributes of Satan and Prince of Darkness, and I have something to say about this too, but you're claiming to want heaven on earth.
Right, we have to bring
don't those two
from the water.
Right,
no.
Right, but listen to me. Listen to me. Look, I need you to explain that to them. Is that when you're saying, I want to create heaven on earth, but then you're embodying the attributes of Satan, they need to understand, because they're always going to connect Satan with hell. Right? You feel what I'm saying? So how would you explain to them a connection between Satan and heaven?
Okay, listen. It's as on earth as it is in heaven. We are in hell. That's Helios above your head. Now we know what hell is. You ever been through hell? I've been through hell. I got scars all over my fucking body. Right. I'm in the flesh. I've been through so much horrific pain. My son has seen. I've been shot in the groin. It went through me. They said a threaded needle. All the nurses rubbed me like a Buddha.
Wait, you said you got shot in the groin, bro? This vision of Satan. And when we have this vision... Yeah, when we have, the horns, right. So even if we go off of that, but when we have this vision of Satan, this vision of the Black Messiah or the Messiah Christ, we always look at them as two alternatives to each other. But what we have to understand is the origin of all of these Kemetic history artifacts is that when you go back to ancient Kemet, when we were in an agreeable cycle, when we did have heaven on earth, okay, before we entered this fallen state, that there was a deity called Amun-Re, or like you know, Amin-Ra. And
black hole.
Right, and this deity was
consciousness of the whole.
This deity was personified as what is now known as the goat of Mendes, or the Baphomet. This deity was personified as, but it wasn't a goat. That's the molestation of it.
Androgynous relationship.
Right, it was a ram. Right, it was a ram, and it had the horns and all. So people have to understand that everything that in their religions that they're dealing with, it comes from African origin. It comes from. And it's been mutated and molested into these different things. So, Quasi, what you're tapping into is voodoo, bro.
In this way, although it is he who carries out the sacrifice, it will be everyone's responsibility. The flowing of body fluid substitutes human life. Life is given in order to preserve life and establish a unifying link with the supernatural order.
When you're talking about, yeah, no, that's fine. When you're talking about,
whatever you want to call it.
yeah, I mean, we have many, trust me, when you're tapping into my DNA, we're going back eons. So we have many different English words we can use to describe these things. But when you're talking about using blood, programming sigils, and all these different things, this is where it comes from. So what I'm trying to get you to understand is that the origin and the clarification is so very important as we move forward.
The key thing I got to say here is you got to get your eyes on the prize. I don't worry about the past anymore. I know where we're going. And I keep my eyes focused on the prize at all times.
Right,
and,
but see, that's very beautiful and insightful that you feel that way. But you cannot tell that to people who you have wronged in the past. You have to deal with that. Well, no. Let's be honest. Your ancestors have done some very terrible things to this planet.
You need to make atonement for your sins. You need to make a fucking atonement.
Now what I'm saying,
make a blood sacrifice.
But what I'm saying to you is that, you know, when you hurt someone,
it's the lamb's blood on your door.
Listen to me, bro. Listen to me, because this is a sensitive subject. When you hurt someone, of course you want to rush past that, and you want to okay, well that's the past, you know. But that's not how it works. You see?
Forgive and forget.
Well, look, forgive but never forget. A wise man would never forget. You follow what I'm saying? Now, what I'm saying is that at this point,
you want to hold a grudge over something?
No. Listen to what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. At this point, your blood runs through my veins too. You follow? So we are blood brothers, not just from the actual blood oath that we took, but also from the rape.
No white could ever rape a slave woman. The regulations of law as to the white race on the subject of sexual intercourse do not and cannot, for obvious reasons, apply to slaves. Their intercourse is promiscuous. We've now justified raping black women because they can't be raped. The rape of slave women by their masters was primarily a weapon of terror that reinforced whites' domination over their human property. Rape was an act of physical violence designed to stifle black women's will to resist and to remind them of their servile status. By the mid-1800s, there was over 600,000 mixed-race children born.
And it goes back, hold on, listen to me now. Listen to me now, just relax. It goes back to my DNA. Now, what I'm telling you is that I have an inside track on everything that you're doing. All right? And I have an authority because I know you.
Yeah, but
now listen to me. Just let me finish. I'll let you talk. I know you. And it's going to lead into something because I knew you before this life. And we came here together on a mission. But I know you feel that when I said that. I know you do.
Your blood's beside my own. You're part of the 144,000.
Exactly. But I have a role to play. I have a specific role to play.
Your blood beside ours. That's
of course. Right. I have a specific role to play, and when we get down there, you'll see.
One thing, and we got to get to the Holy Grail. Everything's set up this way to get us all against each other.
No, we're not against each other. We're not against each other. Look, let me tell you something. This is not the first planet. Well, this is not the first simulator that I've come to and led a revolt. We do this. Okay? I could go into some stuff that wouldn't even sound real. It would sound like a comic book if I told you the stuff that I've seen that I can remember. Other simulations. Now listen to me. Just listen to me. Just listen to me. You don't have to be involved in it.
What I'm saying is all I see is the prize at this point.
And that's what you're programmed to see. And I agree with you. Listen to me. I agree with you. I agree with you. I agree with you. She said, if the flat Earth is a dome and NASA is a lie, then how are there other planets? So basically what you're saying, just for her to clearly understand that there are no other planets, that we're just in the simulator.
Okay, listen.
In this particular plane.
If you look at the Jigsaw tree, it has 7 different plates on it.
Okay.
Those match 7 different planets.
The inner solar system contains Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars. These 4 planets are closest to the Sun. The outer solar system contains Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. There are 9 planets in total, not 7.
Okay. So you're saying that there are planets.
They're different layers of existence.
Oh, different layers of existence. Okay, different layers of existence. Okay. Are you willing to sacrifice your life for your mission's success?
Again, you're missing something. Nobody can kill me. They don't have enough spiritual currency in their motherfucking body to stop me. I mean...
Okay, next question from Sandra. Sandra, why do you have a problem saying the Black Messiah is the key? Isn't he the first to reveal that the Yahweh computer portal mainframe is inside the hollow earth, like when they showed it in the Sausage Party movie? Do you remember in the did you see the Sausage Party movie?
Yeah, I didn't.
You did see it, yes? Did you see it?
I saw a lot of all the best clips, yes.
Right. So it was very interesting that Sandra brought this point up, because I have been talking about that there was a Yahweh portal gateway in the hollow earth. Now, when I tell you about the importance of the Black Messiah in that Bible, Basic Instructions Before Leaving Earth, is because of the DNA ancestral link between the black matter technology, crystal technology of the Yahweh mainframe. Which means, listen to me. Just listen to me. Which means, just listen to me, because this is not for you. This is not for you. This is for us. This is for us. Which means that there will be a DNA compatibility security clearance that has to be passed before we enter. You will not get past that gate without the proper DNA clearance. Now, if you really...
all you need to do is put your blood up beside my own.
If you really... Right. But if you really be honest with yourself, you know that when you get down there, there will be a series of passwords.
Evidence of the inner world Yahweh computer mainframe being password protected can be found in the Freemasonry allegory of Hiram Abiff. It clearly explains how the widow's son Hiram Abiff, chief architect of King Solomon Temple, was attacked and killed by the 3 ruffians in order to get the master mason's password that would allow them to enter the Holy of Holy.
That has to be satisfied. And they are not passwords. They're not passwords.
I don't want to be a part of this. Black Messiah, you're not going to drag me into your fucking insanity.
I'll stop right there.
Crazy. Shut the fuck up.
No. This entire video is about 3 hours long. For the full viewing, simply email blackmessiah@gmail.com, and we will set up a download link where you can have the full presentation. It is very important to note the temperament of both participants and also the inability to answer simple questions. To believe something blindly, regardless of all the contrary evidence, is very dangerous. All viewers should self-inspect to make sure that you are not being misled. You could be blind to the obvious facts that lay right before thy eyes. This is a very dangerous topic, and many people are putting their life on the line. I offer clarification and direct, clear, concise answers. The emotional stability of said participants is very important to this operation. A callback was made, and he answered. Now we must continue. You have been warned. The apology ensued. But remember, just because you don't know something doesn't mean it isn't true. Maybe your data files do not include all of the intricate details that the Black Messiah has access to. There are several layers to this mission. Someone must play the Trojan horse. And as we all know, for revealing the super secrets, a sacrifice is mandatory. Amen. Yahweh. Too much truth. Let me just ask you these students questions.
I haven't eaten breakfast yet or anything, you know.
Okay, all right. We're going to get you some food. 1 second.
No, you don't need to get me no food. I'm just saying. I love you. What I'm saying is that
so this is Jessica. This is Jessica now. This is a question from Jessica. She said, is there an expedition travel ban on Antarctica by the United Nations and the military?
No, there's nothing of the sort. Everybody is a filthy fucking necrophiliac retarded monkey. How they don't see it makes no fucking sense to me. I mean, that's all fake what they show you. It's all CIA mind psyop shit. They want you to believe it's protected, but it's not. Okay?
So
it's not protected.
What I'm asking you,
it's protected by super beings that keep the negative fuckers out.
So
no military is nowhere 100 miles around that fucking hole.
So the people
not 100 miles from that hole. I'm telling you.
So the people that have went there or listen to me now. Just bro, you have to understand that I feel where you coming from. Okay? But I'm saying you gotta make it plain. All right, let's just make it plain. So when you have reports of people.
All right, listen, there's 1,000 books on this. There's 1,000 fucking books. Paradise.
Just relax, bro.
Hold on. Listen, these are stupid questions.
Bro, we got a time frame. I'm just trying to get this sister question answered. Okay?
I'm listening.
This, just relax.
Forgive me. I don't.
What I'm saying to you is this: there are people reports, pilots, military people, pilots, private citizens that are saying that when they have went to that area, they weren't allowed, or this person disappeared, or this area was protected, or so. What you're saying is that all of that is a lie.
It's all a lie.
It's big, significant, and New Zealand's played a huge part in getting it over the line. Just confirmed this afternoon, the world's largest marine reserve in one of the most remote and pristine areas on the planet. Now let's take a closer look.
That's all psyop shit. I can see it. Okay?
Okay, relax. I hear it. Let me finish her question.
I can actually see it.
Okay. So the next part says, how are we going to exodus there without being arrested or killed? You address that.
I'm telling you.
You addressed that. You already addressed that. Relax. Right. Bro, do me a favor, bro. Take 3 deep breaths. Just relax, man.
I'm sorry, I just get worked up because,
I know, but just take 3 deep breaths.
This is simple stuff. There's nobody fucked up. You'd have to be like,
breathe out 1 time. That's it. Just relax, man. This not for me. This for her. So just relax. So she says, how? It's all right. She says, how will we do this without our own military or political power? You've already addressed that. So let's just move on. Okay. It's only 2 more students. This is from Tanya. All right. So she knows this is your question, Tanya. How will we secure funding, raise money? Hold on. Let me just finish her question. How will we secure funding, raise money to pay for a mass pilgrimage, she calls it, to Antarctica?
I'm paying for the whole fucking thing. All you need to do is place your blood beside my own. I told you, it's not about fucking money.
Okay,
Watch some fucking videos. For heaven's sakes, I cover all this shit over and over and over.
So you're saying that you're going to actually pay for the flight?
$104,000. I'm going to pay for the 100. I leave for heaven in a shiny new ship.
Food.
In a nice new ship. You can reverse my speech.
The shelter.
See, I'm not full of shit. You see, you can look. We're getting out of here alive, people. It's not going to cost anybody anything. When 144,000 blood videos are side by side, you'll see some mythical shit happen. Listen, even if, look, I'm going there in a year. I'm getting my eternal life, whether anybody likes it or not. I see everything, and I don't want anybody's fucking advice. I'm taking a few people with me. We're going to film it, come back, release all the information, and then we're going to do the Exodus in 2019. That's in 2 years. Okay? We're going down the main in 2019 as an Exodus. Until then, get your eyes on the prize. Make some fucking videos.
So when you go down there,
you're just like, what are you doing?
So when you go down there, how are you paying for this? Like, you're just gonna take your personal money and pay for the trip? No, these are reasonable questions. Now, come on, seriously, man. You gotta get there. This is still a physical reality. So I'm asking, how are you going to get there? Are you,
I was already given a huge trust fund to pay for it.
Okay, so I'm
the fucking Prince of Darkness with the fucking Holy Spear. What do you fucking? It won't cost you a fucking thing.
So you're gonna go over there in 2019.
No, I'm going over next year.
Oh,
down
next
the
year.
Maypole, film it with a few people, come back, and we're gonna do the Exodus in 2019. It won't cost you anything. So it's
now
not about
when you go over there, you're going over there to take footage, right? You said you're going to film, right? What are you going to do? What's the purpose? You're going to go over there and film.
Listen to me. You guys still don't get it yet.
No, we do get it. I'm asking you, what are you going to do when you go over there? That's all I'm asking you, bro.
Right from the living waters and coming right back.
Okay.
With the video for everybody.
Okay, that's all I'm asking you. That's all I'm asking you. So you have multiple programs running, because you can see it. You can see it in your behavior. It's a lot of overlapping information. You can see it. But
I didn't get the Holy Spirit until I put up the video of the Prince of Darkness speaks with gallons of my blood, using blood bank note certificates to release everybody from bondage specifically.
You say gallons of your blood? Gallons of your blood?
Gallons of my own blood.
You took gallons out of your body.
Gallons, motherfucking gallons of blood.
The importance also of that last question about the dangers of doing blood over intent without proper education.
What dangers is there to do?
Well, hold on. Do you remember that guy? Hey, listen.
Don't use
hey, Mark.
Use a little print trick.
Do you remember that guy that you sent me that video of, who had did blood over intent, and then he took it back, and then he went crazy. He was like drawing pictures of dicks and all types of shit.
Right. Remember that? You see that guy? He's all wacky.
Yeah, man. So I think what she's saying, when she's asking this question, I think what she's saying is that type of stuff, the dangers, without proper education and stuff like that. Because I've gotten a couple emails from people, man, that have been suicidal. You know what I mean? People that have done it and then withdrew it or burned it. You know what I mean? Like you said,
I burned them before.
Well, I'm not talking about just burning them. I'm talking about they burn them and then they withdraw them.
Oh, don't withdraw your video.
Yeah. I've got emails, man.
You're the 144,000 elect. You don't want to withdraw your video. You're in the book of life.
Yeah. I've got emails from a lot of people.
Would mean like you want to kill your body above the waters.
Right.
And
right.
You know what I mean? That's like what you're doing.
Yeah.
And you know what? I mean, what I'm saying to you is that people who withdraw their video, I told you, don't withdraw your video.
Right.
We're going through with this. You need to stand blood thicker than water with your brethren. If you can't, you are a soulless motherfucker. And that's why you will get suicidal if you withdraw your video. That's why you'll start turning crazy like Roger Hogstad. That's why you'll sound like Crystal Quartz.
What was his name? Roger Hogstad?
Hogstad or something. Roger Hogstad. He made publish that video, Quasiluminous is Satan.
Something I need to show you guys, because Quasiluminous has contacted me again and started spewing his usual bull. And I'm here to point out to you what I've seen in visions and what NASA has told me. So this right here is a diagram of a 50% hex human being. You've got your hex core brain, because you've hexitated enough to have developed it. Hex breasts and nipple alike, a hex dingus. Alright, and keep in mind when the hex dingus ejaculates, it's not like a conventional ejaculation. You ejaculate a long hexagonal stream of little hex slits that then fertilize the hex egg. It looks like that, and there's your little hex slits fertilizing the hex egg. Alright, big strong hex hands and hex feet with hex toes. Not these feet aren't drawn in detail, so please excuse the absence of hex toes. And there you have it. But sorry, this is an anatomical fallacy. They will be hexagonal breasts. Man or woman, we will all have breasts. And this is really the most realistic depiction I can give you right now until the visions show me more.
Yeah. And what you say about Quartz Crystal? What did you just say about her? She did something too?
First off, I will say it's never, ever, 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 ever beneficial for a Source player to do any type of a blood covenant or a blood ritual or a blood anything. Ever. Never. It's never, ever beneficial.
You see her talking negative.
Oh, man.
Now she's all.
She said, don't do nothing. She said, you don't have to do anything. Yeah, she's. Yeah. But you know what, though? I remember her, too. And, you know, she was put in this whole operation to run counterintelligence. She was caught.
You can say because she got that PayPal thing there.
Yeah.
She says in her videos is, give me some money.
She was caught. She was caught. Even going deeper than that, when you're talking about insemination or incarnation, like you said, through this system, some of them have been caught early and have been pre-programmed to do that stuff.
Brethren.
Right.
How in the world could you not see this? It's as on earth as it is in heaven. You think in heaven all these angels sitting around having fun, doing whatever. You know, they're not fighting with each other. Like I see this Dragon Ball G shit, and you see this dog character. He's like, he's the god. The other guy that stands there with the...
You said a dog character?
Yeah, it's like, what I'm saying is that these guys go back and forth. And I'm thinking, it's just like...
Now, when you go there, now when you go there, give a visual. When you go there, say we're approaching that location on foot or whatever.
I've explained it. I explained this in videos. There's going to be thrashing sounds. It's the way the books describe it is people are screaming because the tides of the vortex pull you in, and everybody that's being pulled in is like, ah! But these people are burnt out immortal.
Right. Now when you're talking about descent into that, now we're talking about going into the inner earth, correct?
It would be like under earth. It's a flat plane division symbol. So you'd be standing upside down. When you come out the other side, it would be like like standing upside down. So this plane, this chessboard has two sides to it.
So would that be the equivalent of what they call the hollow earth or something like that? Would that just to give an equivalent?
Listen, it's the division symbol. The land above and the land below.
Okay.
Different layers are stacked on top of each other, and which one you can access through the Jacob's ladder is based on your vibrational frequency. You know, you can't. You can only. So once you won't be able to even see specific planes if you're not at that vibratory. Like me, I'm at a vibratory level where, you know, you can see I'm oozing divinity. It doesn't matter what anybody leaves. I'm going to take over the world. I can do this from the comfort home. Frick you. Go ahead, delete your freaking video. Go get insane. You know, we're getting out of here alive.
So once you get to that, just for better sake of a word,
we're going to go drink from the waters. But
once you get to the inner,
everyone enter life.
Once you get to the inner,
bring heaven, and then leave.
Okay. So you're saying that when you go there, just so I can make this clear, go there.
We're going there to bathe in the water.
Water.
From it.
Where was the water be? Is that inside?
It's the vortex. It's the vortex.
Oh, so you're saying the vortex itself is made of water?
Okay, listen. This is an event horizon that's breathing in and out through two universes. One universe, the other universe.
And that's called the water. That transaction is called the water.
Every 6 hours, It's going like this.
Right. But
it's sucking in and breathing out. It's breathing in. The moon is not causing the tides. Otherwise, when the moon goes over the Great Lakes, you would see a bulge over these Great Lakes, but you don't. It's the Earth Goddess breathing in and out every 6 hours, bringing the tides.
Right, but what I'm saying is that called the water, that interaction between what you just described. You talked about grabbing some of that and drinking it?
The way the books describe it is that there's 4 rivers that lead into this. It's an X marks a spot. You're on planet X, crossing the fuse. And you're going to go through the Northern Canada Frost Bridge. It's a little tiny, Northern Canada goes all the way up. You can take an airplane as far north as you can, then take those private propeller planes that you pay somebody to fly as far north as possibly could go. And then we stop with the Inuits, and then we're going to walk over to the bridge with the Inuits. Okay?
Right.
And there is no military guarding.
So when you go there... So when you go there, you're saying it's going to be 4. Now you're saying it's going to be 4 rivers.
Let me say it like this.
Hold on, bro. Let me clarify.
Hold on. No, let me finish.
Let me clarify. You said 4 rivers. You said 4 rivers now are going to come to that point, and that's where you'll drink from. We're not talking about inside. We're talking about on the level.
X marks the spot.
Look, bro. Listen to me, bro. Look, respectfully, I respect you. You respect me. You got to be able to listen. You got to be able to answer simple questions. Okay, just make it plain. You changed it 3 times now. You said first. You said first. You said this. Then you said that. Now, and I'm listening to you. I'm just saying, make it plain. Make it plain, man. I do want to leave this conversation on the point of respect, man to man, brother to brother, blood brother to blood brother, love to love. I have a thing I do want to point out too, is people don't really understand the effects of verbal abuse. They don't know the magnitude of how powerful words can be. And I find it personally offensive in the blood over intent community that when I point out disrespect towards my person, that the community reflects it as I'm being a mad black man, or I'm being an agent of disunity. No, that's not the facts. You're going to respect me.
You're like a minister.
Right. You're going to respect me no matter what. And I'm going to address it. And I'm going to call bullshit. And if people can't answer questions without staying calm and in their seats and being able to explain it like they can explain how to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, it should be that simple, then we are not going to put our lives on the line or do anything until everyone is completely educated. Let's do this again, man.
I do this to worship you. Forgive me. I don't mean to yell at you and anything. I love you, man. We're in this together, for heaven's sake.
Give me a smile then.
I love you, man.
No fake smile. All right, man. I'll talk to you later.
I wasn't raised like that. Where I come from a very poverty-stricken community in my origins. When we had situations like that, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. You know, I'll beat your ass, man. You know, that shit is not cool, man. And I want to be very clear with you.
What comes down must come up. I don't give a fuck. My time is struck. You don't know me now. Big so what? Big tour bus. Victor car. You better put those down. Keep trusting us. Every time we bust, it's still illustrious. You don't know me now. Big so what? Big tour bus. Victor car. You better write me down in this love as I rob this whole club. You're gonna know me now. Shoulder love. Shoulder shrug. Put breast hug. Say I like that sound. Yeah, it's that love. Yeah, watch me hug. Yeah, watch me, bruv. This is how it all goes down. Yeah, kiss and hug. Yeah, move the club. Yeah, shoulder shrug. What comes down must come up. I don't give a fuck. My time is struck. If you don't know me now, then press your luck. Cause Earth corrupt, it circles us. What comes down must come up. Rising up, keep it tough. You don't know me now, big so what? Victor bus, champagne cups.
And anybody else in the community, you know, we're going to respect each other like men, and we're going to carry forth accordingly. Lucifer, let's be very clear. We all come from Mother Africa, and we all come from a black vagina originally.
It's called the black hole sun, the mother goddess.
Right, but the physical manifestation of that is the black woman.
What comes down must come up. It's the illustrious. It's mega plus. Extra large. Super thick. Big black stick. Watch me hit. Say you don't know me now. Big soul change. Watch rearrange. Watch the frames. Count these games. Feel the pains. In the brains I can change.